welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for watching me. Hope you liked my last video. As I said, I'm going to continue with the series of how to become a model, giving you my tips, my tricks, different things like that. Stay tuned for this video. Like, share, subscribe, comment, ring that bell for your post notifications, for you to turn them on for me, so every time I drop a video it'll come to your phone. Let's get started. So today I want to talk to you more about posing. Okay, so with posing, a lot of people say like, I want to start modeling, but I don't know like how to pose. They just don't know. So with me, posing is not hard, you guys. Really, you can practice in front of the mirror, which I said I'm gonna start doing heavily. Practice in front of the mirror, but it's really just knowing your angles, knowing which side you photograph better on, knowing how to move your hands and different things like that. So I'm gonna give you a couple of tricks right now. Any type of modeling, it could be high fashion, it could be commercial, anything they really like you to do shapes like with your hands. So just making shapes, it don't even have to be like, it could be really, and you want to move kind of slow, but just making shapes. Like, see, it's kind of like this. Really being flexible, different. Making different shapes. And also what I'm learning now that's really key and important, you don't want to have the same facial expression for each picture. Your posing, when you're moving in different shapes, is kind of going to give you different feels, different vibes, different looks, but you still don't want to have like the same facial expressions, which is kind of, it's not hard, but when you're first starting it might be harder for you, because you kind of have to be mindful when you are doing your posing that you have to change up your face. Really be mindful of your face and changing your facial expressions. You could do this and practice this in the mirror as well, okay guys? So you want to change up your face, like have different expressions, like be excited, slyly, and opening your mouth, but not always open your mouth. Know when to close it. So it's different. You could look mad. How like actors, they kind of be dramatic, then they be sad. They have to go into different emotions. That's what you have to do as a model as well. You have to tap into your emotions, not just doing the same pose. And then when you're posing, not doing the same facial expression. And then when you're posing as well, the different shapes and things you make, it's going to exaggerate your face. It's going to give a different vibe, different feel. So they work hand in hand. Really just practice in the mirror. Sometimes you might have a photographer and they might, depending, they might give you like pointers of if they want a certain look. They might be like, oh, put your hand here, do this, you know, do this pose, like if they want a specific look. But other than that, you're kind of like on your own, freestyling. I'm seeing there's a difference with like fashion photographers versus photographers for like weddings, or not specifically models, but you know, just other photographers. I'm seeing a difference with even with posing. And like, if you work with a fashion photographer, okay, that's in the industry, or that's shot with models for like big, like Ford models, for like bigger modeling agencies and things like that, or like brand campaigns and stuff, they wants you to kind of lead the set. So you're gonna be, it's gonna be up to you. They're not really gonna give you poses unless they have like to a specific shot they want to get, but they might get that shot and then you have to do the rest of the posing. So you don't really have time to be sitting there thinking of stuff. You have to really just move with your body and flow and just go into different poses, because they're going to be snapping. Like they snap, 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 and you just got to keep moving. Just keep moving your body. Just flow, keep moving. They're going to be snapping, whereas just a regular photographer that's not specifically like a fashion photographer or that hasn't worked with like models and you know, specific brands and stuff, they're more like slower. They're looking for the one pose, like the one shot, and you have to hold the pose. Whereas the fashion photographer, they're just snapping, snapping, snapping. So you have to like really be posing and doing it and not stopping. Like even if you have a wardrobe malfunction, like the last shoot I just did, the shirt was really open and the clasp in the middle broke off. I didn't know, and that's the only shirt I had. I didn't have nothing to fix the shirt. I had to go with it. I had to fix it up, but it kept, when I would move and move my arms and stuff, it kept like opening up too much, so I had to mess with it, you know what I'm saying? But as I'm messing with it, he's still snapping, so you can't let that. You have to just keep going. You got to fix it, snap, snap, and you just got to go back into what you're doing. So that's the difference with a fashion photographer. You don't have time to be sitting there like, what pose am I going to do next? No, you have to just move. You have to do it. Whereas just a regular photographer, you might have time. They do a lot of direction, or they give you a lot of posing. Whereas fashion photographers, they're like, you should know. Like, they're not really gonna tell you unless they have, like I said, a specific thing. But you're on your own, which is good to shoot with both, because before, when I wasn't shooting with like a fashion photographer, I got kind of lazy. You get kind of complacent, or you get like used to holding and not really having to move and things like that, where the fashion photographer view, if that's what you really want to do, is going to fashion, even commercial, you know, modeling, any modeling, it's good to shoot with the fashion photographer, because they're going to know the model angle, like the right angles that they're looking for modeling, different things like that. Like I said, you have to, it's going to help you with your posing and your movement, different things like that. You know, for posing, you want to be real fluid in your movement. Like, you want to you can't be afraid. You have to just do it. You have to nail it. You have to think outside the box. The last one I leaped, I was jumping. I thought of that, you know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, that was good of you to think of that. You know, I'm leaping. Some stuff I didn't do. It's kind of like, I'm still working on that. But the poses I might have forgot that I wanted to do. The thing I want to talk about is your hands, because I know when I first started, it's like, what do I do with my hands? Especially when my arms is real long. So it's like, okay, what do I do with my arms? What do I do with my hands? Like, they're just in the way. Oh, really, it's just making shapes again. And with your hands, you want them to be like delicate flowers. Like, even practice in the mirror this as well. Just be real. When you touch your face, you want to be real delicate. You don't want to be pushing. You want everything on your face or even on your back to be real delicate. When you're going up, you want your hands to look real delicate, not ugly looking. You know, my hands is kind of shaking, but you want your hands to be real. It's like a swan. You want to be like real swan, like with your hands. Even if you decide to do something like this. Stuff like that. You just want it to be real delicate with your hands. You want to be real loose. with your posing, like really loose, like really loose. With fashion photography, even this commercial, everything, they don't want you to be stagnant. Like, you can even do simple movements like I was showing you. I did where you walk up this. You could just do simple movements. Play with the whatever you have on. You can utilize that. You could play with, you know, the collar. Do something with the collar. You have a coat on, you could do something with the coat. You can move the coat, you know, like go like this with the coat. You go like that with the coat. Anything. It don't even have to be nothing so crazy, you know, but it's just knowing how to move, being confident in your movement, your face, you know. Do it with your hand. That's what I did before. It's like something like this, like real casual. You could just, even if it's not in a suit, you know. Go like that. It's really just about getting comfortable with yourself, with your movement, with your face. Also being comfortable with whatever photographer you're working with. Don't be nervous. Know yourself and know that anywhere you're at on set, you're gonna kill it. Like, don't even worry about, oh, who's all gonna be there, who's looking at me. Like, they gonna be looking at you like, oh, you know, she killing it, like, oh dang. And then you never know who might be on that set, you know, or there with them or whatever. If it's like a major job, you know, you never know who's gonna be there. And you know, that can open doors, that can open opportunities for magazine covers or future work. If they see you and they like your work, you don't have to be Naomi, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to be that. Just be yourself, you know what I'm saying? People will gravitate towards you being yourself and knowing who you are if you come on set and you're confident no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Something can go wrong, it can go all wrong, but because in the pictures you look confident, you knew yourself, they're like, oh yeah, I like her, you know what I'm saying? So have fun, practice in a mirror, practice your hand movements, be very graceful with your hands like a delicate swan. Your movements, practice your movements, get more loose, get more comfortable in your skin. You know, you could touch yourself, all that helps make stuff. Touch yourself, all of that. Utilize your confidence and your sexiness to create something really dope. And that's what they're really looking for. It's just somebody that's really comfortable in their skin, that's comfortable, that's gonna come in there, they can get pictures, that's gonna look great, and that they can use. And you know, you get booked, you get paid, you get booked, you know. And I've noticed with the like high fashion, it's just really, they don't really focus on, oh, that's cute or they look cute. It's really, modeling is less about you looking pretty, you looking good. That's what we have the notion, like, oh, you have to look good, you have to look pretty. No, in modeling, they're focused on the outfits. Can you sell the outfits or whatever? It might be a purse they want you to sell, it might be shoes, or you know, can you sell that? Can you make it look different enough to where it gets people talking or get people like, oh, okay. And also, are you confident in that? And whatever you have to put on, you might not even like it, or you might not like the purse, but you have to still sell it, and you have to be confident when you put that on, or you take the picture with that. You know what I'm saying? Can you be confident Can you do it on your own? Like, do they have to hold your hand along the way or tell you do this and that? Or can you come on set and you do it and boom, get paid, and you might get booked for another one? You know, can you sell the stuff for them or not? Can you come there and work and take pictures they can use or not? Can you be rebooked, or can you get booked for something else or not? Yes, it may be something where you look fire and you look real cute in it, and then it might be some stuff where it's like you might put stuff on that you don't like, but you have to still sell it. But you don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Don't think I'm saying to do stuff you're uncomfortable with. If it's like a shoe where you're showing a lot of skin or something you don't feel comfortable with, do not think you have to do it. If a photographer asks you to be nude or do something crazy and that's not what you signed up for, you can say no and leave. Like, you don't have to do it. Don't do anything you don't want to do. I'm not saying that. Don't get pressured either in this industry. You know, just like the entertainment industry, any other industry, they have things that might try to go on with you. They might try you. Don't do it. Do not do it. Don't sell your soul. That's what I'm gonna say in this. Don't do that. No. But my tips is practicing your posing and really just having fun. Don't think about it too much. You know, it's really about just your body movement and your hands and making shapes and different things. And the only way you get better is to just practice working with not only a fashion photographer, but also, you know, a regular photographer. Like, I'm working with both, and I see my growth with working with regular photographers, and now that I'm working with a fashion designer, I'm getting even more growth, and I'm getting more comfortable, you know. So at first you want to just shoot, get in front of the camera to get comfortable in front of the camera, posing, get comfortable with different photographers, because you're not always going to work with the same photographer in this business. Get used to knowing where the camera's at. You don't always want to look in the camera. You might want to look away. It's like it helps with different looks and different emotions in the posing and stuff. So just knowing how the studio setup is when you go in the studio for photography. Sometimes they take stuff outside, but it's good to work in the studio as well, so you get familiar with the technology they're using, the lights and stuff, and you know how to take it in a studio and also outside. So yeah, you guys, that is it for this video. Stay tuned for the next one.